Hi, I'm Michael Scelfo, and we're at Russell House Tavern today doing our breakfast pizza from our brunch menu. The first step in doing our breakfast pizza is we need to render some bacon down for the pizza. So we've got about 3 full slices of bacon here, and we're just going to cut that very thin. Cut it bigger if you like bigger chunks, and then we're going to add it to a pan. And the pan doesn't have to be hot. What we're going to do is just kind of turn the heat on medium, and we're going to slowly render the bacon. Rendering the bacon is just going to be the process of cooking the fat off of it. So we've got a little bit of bacon there in our pan, and that's just going to cook slowly for about 5 minutes or so. But really it's kind of an eye thing, as most things are. You're just going to keep an eye on it. You're looking to have the fat and the drippings just kind of come out of the bacon, and then just kind of have it cooked down. So 3 cloves of garlic should do about 1 pizza. You just want to smash it a little bit with your knife. Okay, so my garlic is ready to chop there, and my bacon is ready to go. So let me come over here. See, we got all that fat out of the bacon there, the drippings. So we're just going to kind of move the bacon over, and we're just going to transfer the bacon, and you can see it's nice and brown, onto a paper towel. And now we've got our cooking liquid for the garlic, which is better than anything else to cook with, better than olive oil or butter. You got bacon fat. So we're going to give the garlic a quick chop. It's a pizza, it's rustic, it's simple, it doesn't have to be chopped super fine. Go right into the pan there. Heat back on. Okay, so the garlic's cooking nicely here, and you can see it's starting to brown. And now's actually a great time to add the spinach or the greens, whatever you're using. Spinach for our pizza here. It's going to continue to brown because you've got some good heat going in the pan, so we're just going to add that to it. Season it a little bit with salt and pepper. Keep in mind that the bacon's pretty salty, so you want to adjust how much salt you actually put into the pan. Back on the heat. We're going to let that go for a minute. So our spinach is good to go now. We're going to transfer it to a dish towel and just kind of let it drain out a little bit. Spread it out just like you did on the bacon. Let that kind of hang out. So now we're going to work on rolling out our pizza dough. So we're ready to start working with our pizza dough. The pizza dough we make at Russell House has a couple of nice ingredients in it. We use extra virgin olive oil, there's some fresh baby oregano in there, and there's some fleur de sel. If you're making your own dough at home, you can flavor it however you want. As I'm touching the dough, I'm feeling air bubbles here, and those are what we're trying to get rid of when we work the dough. My first job was at a pizza place, so the way I learned how to do a pizza dough is to start with a circle. So just start working the dough in a little bit of a circle like that, and then just gently with your fingertips, just start tapping it out like this. Okay? And what we like to do is, I like to create a little pocket of dough in the middle. Because what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be stretching the dough. So I want to leave a little bit of dough in the middle so that as I'm stretching, I'm leaving some excess there. Otherwise, your hand pops through and you start over. And everybody does that, and that's not a big deal. But I'm leaving a little well of dough. I'm working the outside. What I like to do is just kind of crimp the outside of the dough as well, too. Work around that well, crimp it. You can add a little bit more bench flour to it if you want. Keeps it easier to work with. And after you've done that process a few times, there's your little mound of dough, your crimp, flip it. Do the same process again. This is going to help you get a nice defined crust. You don't have to go even to all this trouble. You can do it with a rolling pin and roll it out flat if you want. That's fine too. I mean, pizza's really whatever you're into. So this is a good point now to actually pick it up. The way I like to do it and the way I show people to do it is to work like this, to keep your fingers tucked in, the pizza over your knuckles like that, and then just kind of turn and stretch and turn and stretch and turn and stretch gently And it's easy when the dough is warm. Okay, back on the board, making sure I still have a circle to work with, and then back over and then stretch it. And now I'm feeling pretty comfortable. I'm going to stretch a little bit more. And if I see like I've got heavy little areas of dough, I can just kind of work that little area a little bit to kind of stretch it. And I'm just giving it quick little turns as I pull. That's a pretty nice sized pizza to work with. That's usually what we work with here at Russell House. So what we're going to do is take it to a peel. I'm going to hit it with a little bit more bench flour. I've got my pizza peel here at, ready to go. I like to hit that with a little bit of flour too, just kind of rub it, creates a little surface for it. Then I'm just going to come underneath, slide the pizza on there, and then just kind of rework it back out. And now it's going to be ready to top. What we're going to do is we're going to spread the spinach out, and we're going to just be really mindful of getting it all the way across the pizza. Just so that I know wherever they bite on the pizza, they're going to get a nice little shot of the spinach mixture with a little garlic in it. Next, we're going to do cheese. Fontina is the base cheese. You can use mozzarella if you want. You can use cheddar if you want. Whatever you want to use, we're using fontina. So we're just going to kind of go across the top, all the way out to the crust, spread it out. I don't like to go too heavy with any of the toppings. I feel like I want the everything to kind of shine through on the pizza, so I don't go too heavy on any one ingredient. Plus, I want to see the spinach through, so I'm not going real heavy with it. Okay? Kind of make a couple little pockets here. The pockets are going to hold the eggs in place. And at this point, you can crack the eggs onto the pizza. Right into the well there, just like that. One more. Recipe calls for 2 eggs. You can do 3, you could do 1, whatever you like. Okay? Now we've got our bacon. Bacon goes right on top, nice and crispy. Sprinkle it around. Kind of go around the egg yolk a little bit. And we've got our bacon there ready to go. And a little salt and pepper right on top of the pizza. Pepper there, a little bit of salt, especially over the egg. Okay. So now the pizza's fully topped and ready to go into the oven. The best way to cook this is at home. You know, you probably don't have a pizza peel and a hearth. You're going to want to set this up on a cookie sheet and bake it off in there. I would go bottom rack to start it, as high as the oven will go. Most home ovens go to about 500 degrees. I would start it there. You're trying to develop that crust on the bottom. So 500 there, and then take it out after it's nice and brown and bubbly. If you don't see a lot of color on top, or the egg isn't exactly where you want it to be, that's a good time to queue up your broiler. Use your broiler feature, turn it up to about medium-high, and then kind of lightly brown the pizza on top. Then you can take it out and it's good to go. So we're going to use our pizza oven here, which has a nice hearth. We're going to slide this out onto there and get it cooked. Okay, so here's our finished breakfast pizza at Russell House Tavern. We're just going to give it a little bit of pecorino romano cheese on top. Grab a Bloody Mary, whatever you're drinking, and enjoy.